What's going on, everybody? My name's Squirt. Turns out I'm still alive. Sorry I haven't been making videos for the past few weeks. Life has been nuts. So 2020 is really just giving it to us good. But can your dog understand you? I mean, like, really, like, can your dog, when you're talking to your dog, does it actually understand what you're trying to say to it? Or is it just happy regardless? And, well, we're going to talk about that today. And stick to the end, because I think you're going to find this stuff interesting. If you don't find it interesting, let me know and I won't ever do it again. But I find this stuff interesting. We're going to kind of dive in a little bit to the psychology of dogs. And in the meantime, while we're doing that, we're going to go out to the park and walk, because it is beautiful outside. Before I get started, if you guys are interested, I do stream on Twitch. The link for that will be down in the description below. I'd love to see you guys hop on by. We talk dogs all the time. We talk police stuff, and we just have a good time and hang out. So if you guys are on Twitch, I'd really love to see you guys in my stream sometimes. All right, let's go. Alright, so we're at the park. So can your dog understand you? Well, to start that question, to answer that question, we gotta talk about how dogs learn. And if we're gonna learn about how dogs learn, we gotta talk about the Pavlovian theory. That's the biggest word you'll ever hear on this channel, I guarantee it. The Pavlovian theory was named after a Russian physiologist, Ivan Pavlov. We're using really big words today, boys. I might not get through this. So basically what he learned was the conditioned response. What Ivan Pavlov originally was doing was a study on dogs' gastric systems. He observed while studying on dogs' gastric systems that when he would introduce a food bowl to the dogs, they would start salivating. So the experiment he did to see if dogs were conditioned to salivate from the side of a bowl was make a neutral stimulus, so a bell. And what will happen is at the beginning, they would ring the bell and the dog would not react to that bell at all. There was no consistent reaction to the bell. But over time, he would ring the bell and he would feed the dog. Ring the bell, feed the dog. And over time, they would take the food out and he would ring the bell and the dog would start salivating. So what he learned through that was the dog had built up a conditioned response. He associated, or he or she associated the bell with dinner time. So as soon as the dog heard the bell, he started to salivate. Now, why is that important? To remember when you're thinking about how your dog learns. Your dog learns through associating sights and sounds with reactions to that. She's had enough already. She said, "I'll postcard, Dad. You do your thing. I'm not looking at that camera anymore." Now, when it comes to commands or the English language, your dog does not have an understanding of the English language or any human language, like in the sense me or you would have. However, what they do is they associate sounds with an action. So when I tell my dog to sit or sits, she will associate the sound that I make when I say that word to the action of sitting through repetitive training. Does that mean she understands deeply what the word sit means? No, she doesn't understand what that word means, but she knows that when she hears that word, she sits. I'm building up a conditioned response to when she hears that word, she sits. And after time, she'll even think about it. It's just a reaction to that word. It's a conditioned response to that word when she gets her fed. So, dogs can tell the difference between the flexion of your voice, but you could say the same word two different ways and it means something completely different to the dog, or the dog might not understand what you're trying to say because you're saying it in a different tone of voice. So when you're giving your commands, you want to stay at a normal voice at all times. You're taking up the whole camera, Kara. So this is why I tell people, when you're training your dog, make sure you stay in the same tone of voice. Don't say plots or down, down, down. Because what that will do is your dog will learn to react to the last one. So if you say down 3 times and your dog always finally downs on the 3rd try, then you can pretty much bank that you're gonna have to tell your dog down 3 times for the rest of its life to get to lay down. If you do repeat your command, say it in the same inflection of voice at all times. So you'll be like down, 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 because what you're doing is you're gonna associate that sound with the action that you're wanting. When you change the sound of how the word down is said, when you change how it sounds to the dog's ears, it could mean something completely different, and your dog's just not going to understand what you're trying to ask it to do. Another place where this kind of comes in is anytime you're trying to get rid of a behavior, or if you're trying to normalize a behavior, you want to associate that behavior with something either good or bad. For instance, if it's a bad behavior, then you associate that bad behavior with a correction, and the dog's gonna be less likely to repeat that bad behavior. However, if it's a good behavior, you associate that behavior with something good, something that the dog's gonna have fun with, something the dog's gonna enjoy. That way the dog is more likely to recreate that behavior on down the road more and more and more, because it associates doing that exact behavior with a good outcome. So for instance, Kyra is scared of storms. Terrified of storms. She loses her mind. So what do I need to do to make Kyra less scared of storms? Well, I need to associate the sounds of storms and the feelings of storms with something good. And it's on me, I haven't done it. But one thing I could look into doing in the future is when it's about to storm, because the dog can tell when it's about to storm, start playing fetch with the dog. Whenever it thunders, give her some food, throw a ball, give her a toy, play tug with her. And over time, the dog's gonna go, all right, you know, storms aren't that bad. Storms? I'm trying to make a video. Can you quit whining, please? The people can't see you, Kyra. They can't see. That people want to see you. They don't want to see me. People came up, they wanted to pet Kyra, and I forgot what I was talking about, to be honest. Oh, associating storms with a good thing. So over time, your dog's gonna go, hey, storms aren't that bad. They're actually kind of fun. Whenever it storms, you get to play fetch, you get to play tug, you get to do other things, you know? It's not that your dog understands, oh, storms are not scary. It's just your dog associates them with good actions coming when they happen. And you can implement that into pretty much any facet of dog training. You can implement that into everything, because that's a basic level how your dog learns. So, to answer your question, or my question, I guess, can your dog understand you? Yes and no. No, your dog doesn't understand English. Your dog doesn't understand that it's, you know, it's a very good boy. But does your dog associate certain words you say with good and bad reactions, or good and bad things coming with those words? Yes. So when you say things that end with positive enforcement on a consistent basis, your dog's going to understand that what you're saying is good. Or when you say things that end with a bad reaction, your dog's going to understand that it is bad. So when I say phooey, Kyra knows, uh-oh, I messed up, something's bad. But when I start going, good girl, and I use it in that tone of voice, she understands, hey, I did something good. Things are good. This is also where clicker training comes in. So clicker training, all you're doing is you're making a conditioned response. When they hear the clicker, they know, hey, that's good, I'm going to get paid, I'm going to get rewarded. And that's essentially the basis of how clicker training works. And it all comes down to basically the Pavlovian theory. I just want to see how many times I could say that throughout this video. But your dog learns through conditioned responses and associating things with its life with reactions to it. If you guys find that stuff kind of interesting, let me know, and I'll do more into it. I find it really interesting. I read, okay, no, I don't read. I'm lying now. I listen to books about it, and I find that stuff really interesting. But if you guys may find it just insanely boring, and I won't do it again if that's the case. Let me know if you do find it boring. But if you find it cool, let me know, and I will do some more stuff on it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this. And as I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys are interested, I do stream on Twitch at _squirt. The link for that will be down in the description below. And I would love to see you guys in the stream. We talk dogs, we talk all kinds of things. So if you guys would like to check that out, please do drop me a follow. It would mean the world to me. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Say bye. Oh, eating grass. Okay.